How dare you! How dare you! Protect neo-Nazis! You!
Wow, Nancy Pelosi sure seems excited over the Super Bowl. We're live in Houston. The Super Bowl's just hours away. But let's talk politics, because politics is my Super Bowl. And Donald Trump is doing so much, so fast. He's like a movie franchise releasing all of his sequels at once.
In a world of injustice, one justice reigns supreme. Nude Man on a Unicorn Films presents Neil Gorsuch, with special appearances by Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren.
So was that a surprise? Was it?
Executive Action 2, Supreme Justice.
It's even better than the first. And no one can handle Trump, including the frantic media, the bedwetting celebrities, and this, America's sweetheart.
You should be ashamed of yourselves! You should! It's not up to these students to kick the of a neo-Nazi! They don't have to raise their fists! They were taught to be peaceful! You! You!
It's coming from a professor.
I'm a professor!
She is sexy. That's right, that is a professor screaming at the NYPD. What a peach. A rotten peach.
She's a professor. Hey guys, she's a professor.
And you're here to protect neo-Nazis! So you! God, those kids should not have to take fists off the neo-Nazis, and you're putting them in that situation. Go to hell! NYPD.
I bet she smells great. Like a dumpster full of old salad. Meanwhile, former comedian Sarah Silverman demanded a violent coup. At the same time, leftist scum were destroying the liberal utopia that is Berkeley. She walked it back. She's about as edgy as a panda fart. Then there's Deborah Messing, who tweeted support to the same creeps in Berkeley. You gotta hand it to Trump. He is driving the worst people crazy. I love it. They're all turning into this.
I'm disgusted! I'm a professor! How dare you! How dare you! Protect neo-Nazis! You!
So what is she a professor of exactly? How to be a soaring jackass? I love it. Donald Trump is like an itch that liberals can't scratch until they finally rip their own faces off. It's so bad that they now demand that Tom Brady renounce his friendship to Trump or face their ultimate wrath. Of course, these are the same twerps who admired Colin Kaepernick, the low IQ lemming who worships murderous dictators. Colin wouldn't stand for the national anthem. Now, no one can stand him. He's a large bowl of stupid. So it's Saturday night. Who would you rather be? A radical rube like Colin, desperately trying to seek political relevance as his career dries up? Or Tom Brady, who doesn't think Donald Trump is such a bad guy? Well, one of them is playing the Super Bowl tomorrow, and the other is sitting home in his dirty Che underpants, sniffing his fingers. I'll let you decide. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's tougher than calculus made of sandpaper. From the greatest football team in history, the San Francisco 49ers, three-time Super Bowl champion Randy Cross. Yes. Like a coffee enema, he brightens my day every morning. Fox and Friends co-host Brian Kilmeade. She's as grim as she is slim. National Review reporter, Fox News contributor Kat Timpf. Finally, the Goodyear blimp is his throw pillow. TNA wrestler, Fox News contributor Tyrus. All right, Kilmeade, because you're the least athletic here, I want to go to you first to talk politics. Protests all over the country against Trump. It's like Trump is starting a mutiny, and the more action that he causes, the more I kind of like him.
Yeah, well, think about this. Ed, in London and Australia today, and the thing is to keep in mind that I haven't spoken to one person who voted for Donald Trump that's disappointed in Donald Trump. Because this is exactly what he did. He basically took his speech, his collection of speeches from his running for president, and one by one he's checking them off. And people are outraged by it. Now, was the rollout on the executive order on the 7-nation pause bad? Yeah, absolutely. Was the communication bad? Absolutely. But since then, think about it. We had someone with a machete in front of the Louvre from Egypt in France, macheting a French soldier because he was French and not Islamic.
Exactly.
That's what Donald Trump's trying to avoid. He's not trying to do anything else except to keep the country safe. Why don't people realize
It's so funny. Donald Trump will make a bad argument for himself, but then the facts back up his argument. And then he's always proven right, and everybody goes, yeah, he's right. All right, Randy. Politics, sports, you're an expert at both. I watch your Twitter feed.
Oh, you do?
Yes. How do you feel about the fact that, like, they are demanding that Tom Brady relinquishes friendship to Donald Trump?
Yeah, every time I turn on any kind of news or I read anything online, it's people losing their flipping mind.
Yeah, I know.
It's like the lady in the Open. My, that escalated quickly.
Yes, that is. Yeah.
Why should Tom Brady? Why should Bill Belichick? I mean, why should Robert Kraft explain their friendship? It's got nothing to do with what we're doing here this week.
Yeah, no, it's true. And by the way, Kat, as you know, a lot of professional athletes, they do a lot of unusual things. They hang out with strippers. They shoot themselves in clubs. They fight dogs. They don't actually fight dogs, but they have dogs fight each other.
Each other, which is not nice.
That's not. I'm against all of that. But here you have a guy who's just a friend with the president of the United States. That's evil.
Yeah, well, I miss good sports insults. When I would go to Tigers games from Detroit as a kid, I could impress my uncles by insulting players from the other team. And now they're doing that by being like, Tom Brady is friends with the president. And, like, that's the best insult you can have because you can't be mean, you can't hang out with Trump. If you were sitting at home so concerned that Tom Brady's out hanging out with the president, maybe you should stop sitting at home. Find something else to do with your life, something a little more meaningful. Tom Brady doesn't care what you think about who he's hanging out with because he's Tom Brady.
Yeah, he is Tom Brady. By the way, I went the same high school as he did. That's all I got, Tyrus.
Kind
of pathetic that that's the only sports trivia fact.
No, you have another one. You have a link to Randy.
Who?
You have a link to Mr. Cross.
Yeah, that's true. My mother and your mother-in-law used to play bridge together at Green Hills Country Club.
That's right, beautiful Millbrae, California.
Right, so you are like a sports guy.
I'm almost like
he went to high school with
like the guy next to the guy next to the guy who knew the guy.
He went to the same high school as a sports guy.
Cyrus, did you try out the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, actually I did. Yep, I chased football for a little while, ended up playing arena football, and my knees and I tripped and fell into wrestling, so it worked out.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this whole thing? Why is Colin Kaepernick seen as great?
Okay, well, first of all, in sports, it's great when great athletes are citizens too. And when I say that, I'm talking about Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, men of great substance in sports. But when they went in and took on a cause, they took and encompassed the cause. They themselves were the movement. So what they did, you respected because they practiced what they preached.
Right.
Colin Kaepernick, hadn't become a major star in sports where people looked at him as, oh, he's the hero and this and that. And then when he decided to be a citizen and talk about sports, he wasn't educated.
Yeah.
He didn't vote. He didn't back anything up. He basically said, well, my girlfriend made me do this. Yeah. And that's why he doesn't get the respect he deserves.
I think the hair is growing inside his head.
But he did all those things to try to make a point. He didn't have the afro before.
Yeah.
He felt if I grow an afro and I can relate to this because I'm light-skinned too, he thought he'd be more blacker and be taken more credibly, and that's not how it works.
Joe, I have a theory. Indulge me. I know that Kat might not understand this because you're only 12. My theory is Donald Trump is the 1976 to the 1980s Oakland Raiders. So they had a reputation for dirty play.
They went out late.
But they went out late, but they won. They won. And the press and the media, they are the 1976 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who lost every single game. I was going to say the 2008.
I can understand going out late and then getting your work done the next day.
Yeah, but the Detroit Lions also were terrible. That's the media. How's that for a theory?
It's not terrible. I think the Raiders didn't give really very much of a heck about
No.
What everybody else thought.
Otis Sistrunk.
They took care of
John Matuzak.
Oh, my God.
And
Lyle Alzado.
They told you what they were going to do. One of my favorite little movies in the 70s was Billy Jack. It was a terrible movie.
Oh, yeah.
But Billy Jack told the bad guy, I'm going to take this right foot and I'm going to put it on the right side of your face, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
And that's
Donald Trump is the Billy Jack of presidents.
It's what our president's doing.
There you have it.
I didn't even occur to me.
But here's the other thing. In life, if you ever get in trouble, sometimes you say, wow, how do I get out of this? Donald Trump does not mind the angst that normally overcomes people. He does not mind the stress and the controversy.
Right.
He embraces it. He does not care because he's thoroughly convinced he is right.
Yes.
And people love that about him.
He's also 70. You don't give a damn after 60.
He is right. And to the protest real quick, you know what I consider that the same thing as? They watched their friend Hillary get beat up in a street fight, and no one did anything.
Yeah.
They didn't vote. And then when she was laying down, now they're like, oh, what happened?
I have another
Let's do
theory.
something. So they're going to protest everything to make us
I don't
not
think they
doing
like
anything.
Hillary. I don't think it's about Hillary.
Professor lady. That screaming professor lady. She was alone. It's important to note that she was there by herself.
By herself, yeah. She was defending the students. That is a woman that gets paid to teach kids. By the way, I noticed that almost all athletes are conservative. And here's why. Because liberal ethos does not work. You can't have affirmative action for, like, your offensive line. Like, there are no women in the Super Bowl tomorrow. That's unfair. That's sexist.
Well, that professor should have been in Chicago in 1968.
Yeah.
At that march.
Yeah. All right, we
Probably mad about something else.
We got so much more. Up next, will the halftime show get political? We have no idea, but we're going to pretend that we do. Welcome back. My ex-wife, Lady Gaga, says she'll start the Super Bowl halftime show the same way that I sleep at night, suspended from the roof. I wonder if it'll be special because she's been planning it since she was 4, so she knows exactly what she's going to do.
It will be special because, I've been planning this since I was 4, so I know exactly what I'm going to do.
The only thing I planned when I was 4 was my next poo. Still, some are wondering if Gaga, an outspoken Hillary Clinton supporter, will use the show to take a shot at President Trump. Meanwhile, there are reports the halftime show will feature hundreds of drones. It's true, she hired the entire MSNBC lineup. I couldn't resist it, Kilmeade.
I don't blame you, but I do think she's going to use this opportunity to speak out against Trump. I don't think there's any question about it. She's already indicated that she would, and I think it's totally abhorrent. If it's her concert, I paid, I know what I'm getting. But this is not her show.
Yeah.
The show is between the teams, and it should not be about her. And they're going to be in that locker room saying, what do you think about what Lady Gaga did? Yep. Instead of, Brady's passes or what Ryan completed. And it bothers me because I think people are egging her on.
Right. Randy, if there's one thing I want when I'm watching a football game is to be lectured by a rich pop singer.
Yeah, it's the best way to go. You saw those wings she was wearing there in that one costume. She better have something a little different in mind, or she'll reach terminal velocity in about 2 seconds.
That's true. That's right. She's going to be on she's coming down the roof. Yes.
Coming down. Her and the drones are going to.
Yeah. There's going to be all these drones, Kat. You like drones?
No, I don't like the way that we abuse drones against the Constitution to kill innocent civilians. However, in terms of Lady Gaga, that's fine. Use the drones. Do your little songs, dance. She's a great performer.
Yeah.
She's entertaining to watch. Why waste it? I hope that you're wrong, Brian. I hope she doesn't talk about Trump at all. Because, first of all, we already know how you feel about Trump.
Right.
We already know that you're a Trump is bad, the Trump is bad team. We already know that. That's fine. That'd be like her going out there and being like, I like attention. Or,
she likes
she wore a meat
we know
dress.
That.
She wore a meat dress.
Okay. Who in the blue hell is she going to be preaching to?
That is true. Yeah.
People who like football.
Her base, I'm not going to watch football. It's like Eric, and they get concussions. So they'll be watching the Pumpy Olympics on Animal
Don't forget MMA.
Yeah. So Super Bowl is the time that comes people together. We don't talk about politics. We talk about football.
Yeah.
So if she goes out there and she says, death to Trump or whatever, it's going to be laughable and it'll just backfire on her. Bottom line is, just remember, just get your lip sync straight. Do your dance and move on, because it should be a rock and roll band anyways.
Keep in mind, too, her record sales, whatever they call it today, download sales, are going down. So
really?
This is an opportunity for her to take 50% of the country that would be against that stance and not tell them to go buy somebody else.
What if she comes out for Trump? Could she come out in a red hat? It could happen. By the way, if she comes out with a big left wing kind of thing, we should demand equal time, and we should airdrop Kid Rock down from the roof.
I don't
Right,
wanna,
absolutely.
See, I disagree with all that.
I will also maybe not watch a Kid Rock before.
Or Three
but I
Doors
have to
Down.
support him.
But if Toby Keith did the same thing, I would be saying the same thing. Not here, bruh.
Yeah.
Not here. Sing your song
It's
and let us
literally
watch the game.
everywhere else
Because
all
most
the
of us are
time.
going to use the bathroom and loading up on our nachos.
Yeah.
So we're not going to sit around and listen to a speech.
You remember why we did this? You were playing in the game, Randy. We did this because people were tuning out at halftime because it was being counter-programmed by networks like Fox.
Right.
They were putting on special episodes of The Simpsons. So they got real acts there. But those acts, when they become bigger than the game, are a problem, hence Janet Jackson. Why would the NFL even allow a controversial person to even perform?
What kind of acts would you like at halftime?
It's one of the hardest parts about the Super Bowl is halftime.
Yeah.
Because your normal halftime is, what, 12, 15 minutes long? Super Bowl is a half hour.
You got to sit in the locker room.
Coaches can only X and O and adjust.
You have nothing to do.
They get down for about 10 minutes. They're going, I got nothing for you. I don't know what to do. Take a nap. Lay down.
I have a question. How does one get a job as like a water boy? Like, where does that, how do you apply for something like
Water
that?
boy.
Water boy.
As in not water man.
No, I'm a water boy.
You aged out.
Yeah.
I aged out?
You
Not water man.
That is
it's water
sexist.
boy.
You're the right height.
I am the right height. I am. And I'm great with a towel.
Right.
I really am.
But you know what's great? The Falcons, Arthur Blank is flying the entire organization to this game because it is a team game behind the scenes in the offices.
Up until about 3 months ago, my son was working for the Falcons in their sales department. And he's pretty sick. He's not here. He took another job.
Well, now he took another job. He doesn't have to sell at that brand new stadium.
Or get boxes and boxes of tissues for them when it's over.
The Falcons are selling that stadium out just fine.
They are now. 45,000.
Did you want to? What's your ideal halftime?
Oh, rock and roll. Like when I went to the Super Bowl with Snoop, Bruce Springsteen was there in Tampa, and it was great. Rock and roll always sounds better. There's no lip syncing.
I want a high school marching band.
That'd be good.
That was Super Bowl I.
Yes, exactly. Did you know that 1970 was Carol Channing?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Hello, Dolly.
Or the
Lady Gaga of
the golden
70s.
days of Up With People.
Yes, exactly. Up with people.
Chubby Checker, I think, was also halftime.
Chubby Checker.
He was not coming out against Trump then.
You can't call him chubby anymore. That's fattest.
You're right.
He's more like, I think you can call him.
He's horizontally challenged.
There you go.
It's
All
important
right.
to still use chubby.
We got to go. Brian Kilmeade, you're leaving us. Thank God.
Thank you.
We got more coming up. Has anyone done a segment yet on Super Bowl ads? Because I think we're going to do that next. And I know that's unpredictable, but we're always breaking new ground. But first, you know your football terms? Cat and Tyrus quiz the fans.
Looks like there's some extracurricular activity on the field.
Means somebody's doing a little something they shouldn't be doing.
Yes. No, it means like volunteer work, like they're doing there's something they should be doing, like raking leaves for the children. They need to air it out more.
Throw the ball long.
Yes.
That means that their socks are wet and they got to dry it out on the clothesline.
No.
The quarterback has happy feet.
It means that he maybe let the pressure get to him a little bit in the pocket, dances, and doesn't quite stand in there as calmly like Matt Ryan does.
No. That means he has happy feet. The movie on DVD. Love those penguins. Don't you love those?
Oh, how did I miss that? No, you were correct.
Love those penguins. All right.
Stop dancing.
We're back, and we're in Houston. He's as sporty as I am shorty. Joining us, Clay Travis. He hosts Outkick the Coverage weekday mornings on Fox Sports Radio. We're going to be talking about Super Bowl ads because no one else is talking about them. They shell out $5 million for 30 seconds of time. That's more money than Bill O'Reilly spends on his Brill cream. Is it worth the cash? Let's start with this ad from Honda.
When you start out, you might not know where you're going, or what you're doing, or why you're carrying this red rose with you.
Believe in yourself. You think that any of these folks believed that I'd make it?
Definitely not.
Here's to chasing dreams and the amazing places they lead. The all-new CR-V.
All right, Clay. I don't know about you, but that creeped the hell out of me.
It's also totally ineffective. I have no idea. I just think about it being like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
You know, like the moving picture thing a little bit. And I don't really care what those guys looked like when they were celebrities. It's a weird kind of, we're going to mix tech with a car and hope people get confused, I think.
I just found it was like, haha, look at me. I'm more famous than all of my obscure friends.
Yeah.
That's insulting to me. I am boycotting yearbooks. Not Honda, though. I love their cars.
Oh, I don't love their cars at all. I don't fit in them, so I don't care whether it's a yearbook or a new statue or a pretty water fountain. I don't care.
What do you drive, Tyron?
I'm a Chevy guy.
Yeah,
big truck.
A big truck.
Yeah.
A big truck. I don't know. I just find, you know what that tells me? That technology can frame us in any crime. That they can make, if they can make anything possible, I'm going to get framed for some horrible thing that I did in a film in Germany.
That's what you think about.
That's what I think about. Yes, all right. Here's another ad. This broke new ground. It features Mr. Clean, and I think he's been working out.
Got what you want, got what you need. Think your dream of
Sarah? Cleaning up?
I'm speechless. Randy, what are you thinking right now?
Every time I see that, I'm just not quite sure I should be watching it.
Yeah, you know what it is? You know what it is?
They have cameras in their house?
I find this whole thing, Clay, I find this disgusting. Like, cartoon human sex. I mean, she's attracted to, it's like almost as bad as bestiality.
Yeah, wow.
Yes, I went there. If it was a cartoon animal, I'd be very upset.
It's porn for women. I'm a married guy. This is why I pay for somebody to come clean the house, because my wife is more likely to sleep with me if the house is clean.
Wow.
And so, I mean, I really do think it's probably an effective ad for guys who are like, if she'll sleep with me, the house is clean.
Never made that decision that
Where's
way.
the husband? He's out working 2-3 jobs and she's getting on with Metro Mr. Clean.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Mr. Clean used to be this big. I mean, now
I keep my apartment very very messy as a feminist act.
I'm just happy. I think Mr. Clean is brave for coming out in this commercial. I'm just happy about that.
Mr.
All right,
Dirty.
This is a very disturbing commercial from Bud Light.
Hello, Brian.
Spots McKenzie? What are you doing here?
My soul can't rest when people don't drink Bud Lights with friends.
Oh.
This is disgusting. Kat, you love this ad.
It's amazing.
It's disgusting.
I think more companies should use death to sell products.
Yes.
Their mortality, remind us of our mortality. When he says, my soul can't rest when people aren't drinking Bud Lights with their friends, that's amazing. I want my tombstone to say that.
I thought it was fantastic.
Please.
I remember the original Spuds McKenzie. Like, everybody had T-shirts. It was incredible. I would bring him back and keep him back. Like,
but that guy don't know who he was.
It's a dead dog.
That guy was 20
I don't know
years
about
old.
bringing it back
He'd have been like, white spotted face.
But
I
you
don't.
know
He would have to Google
you know
his
what
phone.
kids do need to
and
know
be
about
like,
is death. They need to know about
Come on,
death.
every ad is better with animals.
That is true.
Clydesdales, I mean,
Yes,
cute
that's
puppy,
true.
He need to be dead.
even a
Why
dead
couldn't they
puppy.
just bring him back
Because
as a go
why
live?
wouldn't he be dead? Well, you know, it's something we need to talk about. It's something we all share.
Yeah, it is
When
true.
eventually dies.
Yeah,
But I don't think you sell beer
that
with
way.
dead pets.
Well, I think that they sold it to me.
All right, good. Well, you know, it doesn't take much to get you to drink a beer.
It's true.
All right. This next ad, surprisingly, is not for Quaaludes. It's for avocados.
Avocado.
Delicious.
Listen to the celebrity. Eat them.
Eat it.
Come and get it, hipsters.
Clay, you think this is an ad for ecstasy?
I'll tell you why. It's why Donald Trump is building the wall. Let's be honest. And also, John Lovitz has the best damn agent of all time. How does he get the avocado ad of everybody available?
Well, it's simple.
He's a human avocado.
I kind of liked
First
it.
guy.
You liked it?
I just like the role, the casting of
Listen,
Lovitz.
last year the creepiest commercial ever was the Gangnam Style pistachio.
Right.
It's off the hook. Congratulations, John Lovitz.
I had a night in Mexico during college that was just like that.
And it was with John Lovitz. You woke up with
He's
John
the
Lovitz.
king of creep. John Lovitz is the king of creep. You need a creepy guy in a movie, you bring in John Lovitz. You need a creepy guy to scare your kid at a birthday party, you bring in John Lovitz.
Did you notice that a year ago no one was putting avocado on toast, and that wherever you go, it's avocado toast, avocado
very
toast?
high-calorie bread.
It's fat man's toast.
You don't get back to California very often, do you?
No, I'm not allowed there after that incident.
Oh,
With
okay.
the avocado. It has the pits. All right, here's a disturbing ad. It's for Skittles, the candy for people who can't handle M&Ms.
Katie. 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 Katie.
was my favorite ad. No?
I think it was the worst by far.
Really? What?
Oh, yeah. Atrocious.
Why? What's wrong with it, Clay?
I just think it's boring.
Yeah.
There's not a lot going on. It's the same thing
Want to
over
watch
and over again.
middle-aged people shift around their bedroom on the floor? Why? What about that appeals to you?
Because that's what I do. That's how I get up in the morning. I have problems.
I expected Mr. Clean to come in there at the end.
Yeah,
top.
Yeah.
I
John Lovett's on a tree going, yes, throw more Skittles.
It's amazing to me that somebody made millions of dollars to come up with that idea.
I thought that was a brilliant idea. I thought that was.
Oh, that was just.
I've never
There was
wanted
nothing
Skittles
to it.
less.
What were they doing before he threw the Skittles?
All right,
They were just sitting on the couch?
Did you notice a trend here?
In her room.
Avocados and Skittles. These are foods that are somehow have drug-like powers. People need them. Whenever you see drug commercials, they treat them like they're inert substances, like they're walking on the beach after they take Lunesta or whatever. But with food, food is the drug. It's kind of interesting how they switched it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Or am I talking to
Avocado, the new crack.
Yes, exactly.
I've eaten an avocado and
And you can have people in
always
two
felt
hot
fine.
dogs side by side.
Yeah, it's like fine.
Avocados from Mexico.
I love avocados.
They're okay.
21 grams of fat in each avocado. But it's good fats.
I don't buy any of that.
Aren't we all?
I have good fats.
Yes.
All right. Clay, pleasure. Please come back to New York, do the show when we're back there.
Love to do it.
All right. Up next, a story so hot you'll need to wear oven mitts on your face. How can President Trump win over all of us lazy Americans? It rhymes with paid time off. We're back on location from Houston. He's got more game than Milton Bradley. Now joined by Matt Eisman, actor, comedian, and host of American Ninja Warrior. He's also a contestant on the new Celebrity Apprentice. All right, I got a theory. President Trump can win over the entire country in one easy step, and that is buy me a pony. But also, make Super Bowl Monday a national holiday. Consider, in a poll of 8 people I asked about this at the hotel bar, 7 said, yes, it should be a holiday. The 8th person said, get your hand off my thigh. That was Tyrus. Anyway, Heinz Ketchup is leading a public petition to make Smunday a national holiday, claiming that 16 million people take the day off anyway, those lazy people. Another option, move the big game back to President's Day weekend, since the day is already after a holiday. If nothing else, Mr. President, making Super Bowl Monday a national holiday would leave us more time to play ping pong with our cats. That's teamwork, Matt. Much like in the new Celebrity Apprentice.
My former teammate, we were just talking about him, John Lovett's in there.
Yeah, that's true.
When you hang out with Lovitz, you cannot help but start talking like him.
Yeah.
John Lovitz, thank you. He was crazy.
Is this whole feud between Trump and Schwarzenegger manufactured for ratings?
They did call me and ask if I thought this would be good. I will tell you, it was surreal having the President of the United States pray for Arnold Schwarzenegger. Don't pray for Arnold, pray for me. I'm Final Four against Boy George. I don't know if it is manufactured. Here's the problem. It happened on I think a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
Right.
And with the news cycle, honestly, by Monday, the time the episode, it's going to have moved on.
Yeah. You know, it's time for Boy George to change his name to Man George. I mean, he's closing in on 60.
You just said you want to be a water boy.
Yeah, but I'm
water
different.
person, Cat.
All right. I want to ask about this whole thing I'm not sure I want a holiday, Matt.
I think. By the way, did John Kerry have any influence over this with Teresa Heinz Kerry?
Yeah.
Here's my point about this. I feel like this is Spinal Tap, where it's Super Bowl Sunday. Why not move it just to Saturday? It's Super Bowl Sunday, and then have Sunday be your day off, and they're just going because it's called Super Bowl Sunday.
That is too.
It's Spinal Tap.
You can't go to 11.
Right. Sunday is their day.
It's already the #1 call-in sick day in America.
Yeah.
Yes.
The day after the Super Bowl. Why not just get it over with and go ahead and do
We're
what
not
they're trying
working
to do?
anyway.
Yeah. Whatever you're doing, I bet there's more industrial accidents. The people who get to work with a lousy hangover, they get on the forklift. Next thing you know, they've crushed their buddy Steve. And then they left for Tijuana.
I hate when that happens.
This is especially for people that don't especially care about the game like I do. Because if you're not interested in something, what do you have to do? Drink until it's interesting. So then the next day is even harder for us. I'm a big fan of it. Let's do it.
I have a theory, Tyrus, that it's not really the alcohol. It's a food hangover. You eat a lot of food. It's just like
that. It's the journey. You're missing the fans' journey. They start at training camp. They go through the whole season. They go through trades. They go through injuries. They go through their fantasy football letdowns and stuff. then the Super Bowl is the culmination of everything that comes together. And then there's a big depressing thing like, I got nothing to watch for the next, that's what it is.
I'm
Monday
dealing with
is the
my
day
own shirt.
that you have to fix your marriage. It's
I'm
the
on
day
my own.
that you realize you're going to have to take her out to dinner this week, that you can no longer duck out of church because it's the big game. Now you got to go. It's a rough ending to the wonderful thing that is football.
Why don't they just make the game shorter? That way.
Okay, stop. Right. Stop talking.
It is too
Shorter?
Stop it.
Yeah,
That's
The commissioner talked about that. They want to have fewer commercials.
Leave the game
But
alone.
I want fewer penalties. Get rid of the penalties. All penalties go away.
Add weapons, no penalties.
Add weapons.
Thunderdome.
Yeah, if you're injured, you stay on the field.
Anyone
No.
declaring?
No.
You're right, though. I do think this would be a move to declare Monday a holiday and just give everyone. It's snow day.
Yeah.
We all love a snow day.
But you know what, though? America prides itself on a work ethic. We're not France.
Yeah.
We don't want to turn into Europe, wherever that is. I'm not even sure
But
Europe exists.
if we're saying we need a day off because we're so drunk and so full of avocado toast, I think there's some American pride in that.
Yeah, that is true. And maybe... I don't even know why they're applauding.
You're missing the worst part for the team that loses. You got to wait another day to go to work for that guy who's waiting on you. So you're better off getting it over because that water cooler, if Atlanta goes down by 20, let's say, and then you got to go in and that guy's waiting for you, and he wants his $10 bet with $2 bills that you
Those
made.
ridiculous bets
Yes.
you agreed to
The
that you
push-up
thought
bets,
you'd never have
shave
to
my
pay
eyebrows,
off.
yeah. Monday it's D-Day.
Yeah.
You go in.
You have
to go and face the facts. Though I'm going to call
I had
him
him
sick.
under the hat.
I'm calling him sick. I am sick. But see, okay, this is the problem. I'm actually sick. I have the flu, if I call it sick, no one's going to believe me. It's not fair to me.
It really is all about you.
It's all about me.
Yeah.
All right, we got to move on.
Greg, we're giving you the rest of the night off.
Yes.
Go get drunk.
I can't because I'm sick. I'm on like 6 different pills, and none of them are illegal, unfortunately. Coming up, I predict this next segment will be our predictions for Super Bowl 51. I know, we're nothing if not predictable. But first, Kat, Tyrus, and the football quiz.
I'm going to ask you a football cliche, and you're going to tell me what it means, okay? Okay. They're going to call a timeout to ice the kicker.
So he loses his mojo.
Yes, great answer.
That's so they put in ice in his pickleback shop, because it's all about booze and sports and boobs.
No, it's not.
Defense is starting to assert itself. It's starting to get tough?
I'll accept that. Starting to get tough. Yes, yes.
No, it means when you're starting to assert yourself, and when someone doesn't text you back, you don't text them back right away either, because you don't accept things that you're from others that you're not willing to accept from yourself, because you deserve better treatment than that. You understand?
I know, he didn't text you back, did he? He didn't text you back. Thank you.
Okay, this is not about relationships.
We're back from Houston, so it wouldn't be a special Super Bowl show without predictions. I'm going to start with you, Randy Cross. What do you got?
I love Atlanta. I live in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think the state of Georgia will have the whole day off tomorrow, right after they win.
Yeah.
I won't bore you with a score.
No, but I want to ask you another question. Who's better, Tom Brady or Joe Montana?
Who's lost the most Super Bowls? Between those two.
He's got to have Joe Cool's back.
Yeah.
I got to ride and die with my guy Joe. I think he's the best.
Joe wasn't nice to me, He was standing in front of my apartment, and he didn't even say hello. Anyway, go ahead.
He never liked stalkers.
Yeah.
Not even reverse stalkers.
Exactly. All right, Matt.
Listen, Tom Brady is an unbelievable quarterback. Arguably, along with Montana and Elway, one of the greatest. But I think after Gaga's halftime performance, he's going to quit, announce he's running for president, and the Falcons are going to win.
Interesting. Tyrus, thoughts?
Man, I think LeGarrette Blount's probably going to run for about $150 on Atlanta's no defense. Patriots by about 20. And, Tom Brady is a saint. And if you've seen the movie Ted 2, that is an accurate depiction of Tom Brady. The man he is greatness. There is only one Joe Montana. That era will never be reproduced, but with the exception of that era, Tom Brady he's the best.
Brady was in Ted 2?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to look that up. Kat?
I talked to Bill Belichick myself.
Really?
Yeah, and he said that the Patriots are going to win absolutely for sure.
But of course he's going to say that.
But I talked to him myself.
When did you talk to him?
I know. Yesterday.
Wow, you know what? So we actually have a kind of a scoop. We never have scoops on this show.
I myself. I got that. I went in. I got that interview.
Did he break it down and explain?
Oh yeah, he broke it down.
He broke it. Yeah. I'm going to pick the Patriots, and only for one reason, because of course both myself and Tom Brady are Sarah Padres from Sarah High School.
Don't forget Barry Bonds.
And Barry Bonds. Yeah, we tried to. You know, Barry Bonds.
Why? He never was convicted.
He used to.
He never tested positive. He got nothing on him.
He used to sit behind me, no lie, behind me in Spanish class and kick my desk so he could look up my Spanish answers. That's what Barry Bonds used to do.
And that helped
he
him
cheated.
He was using PEDs back then.
Yes.
Gutfeld was a PED.
We got to move. Final thoughts. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm here with Patriots owner Bob Kraft and Coach Bill Belichick. Very exciting, guys. What's the game plan? What's the game plan, Bill?
Game plan, we got to keep the ball away from Matt Ryan. He's an excellent quarterback, one of the best in the game. And I think our defense is up for it, and we're going to score a lot of points. And
wow. Great to meet you. It's great. What about you? What do you think,
Bob?
Bob?
Looks like you grew a beard, Bill.
Yeah, it's gone a little gray over the years. You know, football does that.
Matter of days.
Can you believe it?
Oh, actually, I can't believe it.
Oh, it's good. I've done before.
Yeah.
He knows your name.
Yeah, that's great.
You know what they say? Bill Belichick knows everybody's name.
Quick program note, Bill O'Reilly sits down with President Trump tomorrow. Catch it at 4 p.m. Eastern during the Super Bowl pregame show on the Fox Broadcast Network. And you can see more of the interview Monday and Tuesday on The O'Reilly Factor, where the spin stops at 8 p.m. Eastern here on Fox News Channel. So we're running out of time. You know what that means.
What you've wanted to say all show, but haven't had the chance to say, so here's your chance to say it. Right now.
So, Randy, I got a weird question.
Okay.
What's going to happen to you when you die?
When I die, I'm going to donate my brain to the Concussion Legacy Foundation up in Boston. Chris Nowinski, cutting-edge stuff he's doing with the research on that. And I figure it's kind of for me, it's a pay-it-forward deal for the kids that'll play football in the future. And they can make informed decisions because the guys that played now or played in my era, we didn't make informed decisions.
Yeah. And you know, it's not like you're going to need the brain.
No, I do get to keep it until I'm done with it.
Yeah. But I mean, I would respect you more if you gave it right now. But I understand. You're a good man.
I have a lot of friends that probably would tell you they couldn't tell the difference.
Matt?
Well, after such a selfless act like that, I don't want to talk about myself. But Celebrity Apprentice on Monday night and American Ninja Warrior's coming back. And I want to say hi to my parents who are watching in Vail. Hi, Mom and Dad.
It's always the parents. You got great parents. All right.
All right, in the spirit of John Lovitz, my final thoughts, a final question, which you can answer on @PlanetTyrus. If Greg was a flower, would you pollinate him?
Nice. Kat?
I just want to say, whether your team wins or loses, remember it's always very embarrassing to lose.
That's
well said.
You know the best part of being here in Houston? People cheering, and then other people who don't know you go, he doesn't look like an athlete. Is he a jockey? He's a sad little jockey man.
Oh, man. That's I'll horse it up. You jockey it up next Halloween.
I will ride you, friend.
You got a fan over here who might be willing to get in on the pollination thing.
I'm scared to find out. All right. Thanks to Clay Travis, Matt Eisman, Brian Kilmeade, Randy Cross, Catherine Carter, and everybody out here. I'm Greg Gutfeld. I love you, America. I do. I really, really